Yo, yo, yo. Give me a second. Let me get this other feed up. Top of the morning. Peace and love. Great rising. Here where we at? Where we at? Here we are. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love, everyone. Great rising. Great rising. Happy Wellness and Wisdom Wednesdays. Pull up some articles. We got some stuff that we're gonna read today on the show. Two different articles we're gonna read, man. Yeah, man. Peace and love. How y'all doing? Top of the morning. It is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. I'm getting used to it. It's starting to flow a little better. Um, but yeah, I should have wiped that lens on the phone. It's a little blurry. That's causing. It's bright outside. Well, it's not that bright. It's foggy, gloomy, but that's what's causing the extra like glare. But yeah, man. Peace and love, brother. Said Fusti and Kofa. Happy Wellness and Wisdom Wednesday. Mona love. Uh, Goosebumps. All right, because feeling life is beautiful, and as I mentioned before, and I think I need to write an article on this. It's not ideal, but it's perfect. Life gives us exactly what we need when we need it. It happens exactly in the way that it is designed to happen. All right, this is where the concept of God comes from, the concept of divine intelligence comes from, the concept of supreme being, supreme intelligence comes from, is because it is bigger than us. It's bigger than us humans, it's bigger than our conscious mind. All right, it is more than anything we could fully, truly overstand, understand, anything we could fathom. Right, it's written in the stars, and there is an energy field that causes the stars to move, right, and be where they are, how they are. And Nori Vass, what's going on, my sister? Peace and love. Good to see you here. Long time no see. Um, yeah, man, I'm feeling right. I think I slept, but I didn't rest. Right. I think I was crying in my sleep or in my dream. I was crying. All right. I was dreaming about a few different things. But I believe I was crying in my dream, and I don't know if I was really crying in my sleep. I don't think I had tears in my eyes, dry tears in my eyes. When for a long time I woke up with dry tears on the side of my face. Right, that's how I knew I was really crying in my sleep. I don't think I had dry tears this morning. Right, just went in the bathroom and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it was a heavy night. It was a heavy night last night. Beautiful, thankful always for Mona's comfort and love and support in all of the different ways, right? Small ways, the big ways, the presence in the present, right? Like really being present. Um, through all of my challenges, man, all of my shit, right? Life is my life, right? Everyone's life has different touch points, right? And it's different things that happen, ups and downs. There's a series of right high moments, so-called low moments, in relationship, right? Being in a relationship with someone could be challenging because of those things, right? Because one person could be up here, and another person could be down here, and vice versa, right? And that is, one of the things that makes relationship uh, tough. The beauty is when you can communicate through it, and when you can be patient with each other through it, and when you can overstand, understand, and understand, which a lot of people don't, is that a lot of shit got nothing to do with you, right? There are a lot of times in relationships that I've experienced when I may be dealing with something. So I normally don't take people's shit personally, like it got to do with me. Normally I don't, right? Like unless like they're saying something to me, or like then I'm like, yo, what did I do? But if they're just in the space, I don't automatically think that like I did something, or right. But a lot of people do. A lot of people are like that. They're in relationship with someone. Their partner is, not feeling like communicating. Their partner is, in a quote unquote low moment, and the person automatically like takes it personal. And it's like, oh, so you don't want me around you, like, so you don't. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? All right, this is fucking nothing to do with you. But then now it has something to do with you, because what the, and that's when shit could get crazy, right? That's when yelling can start. And if you know me, although I grew up and like my mom yelling and shit like that, I'm not a fucking yeller. I do not like yelling. I do not like raising my voice. I can, obviously, I have that energy, but I've really done a lot of work. And really, my whole life, I've never really been that person, even though I was violent as a youth, right? Like a lot of violence. I wasn't like very like yelling and screaming. It was like, it's violent, just hit you. But as an adult, and I've never been like that way. I've never been that way in relationships, right? But as an adult, definitely like I don't want to fucking argue at all. I don't want to argue with my family. I don't want to argue with strangers in the streets. I don't want to argue with my partner, right? It's a beautiful thing to be in a relationship with someone who also is in the same space of not wanting to argue, because a lot of people like to argue. A lot of people like to be right. A lot of people like to exert their dominance in relationship, right? Exert their uh, like to make sure that their point is felt and heard. A lot of people got unhealed fucking trauma, and I don't think that there's like some people say, you know, you got to heal first before your relationship. I don't agree with that term, because I think that some healing only happens in a relationship, right? Because like you could be alone and you could think you're healed and you could do all of this fucking work that people are fucking doing, and then you get in a fucking relationship and then some shit happens and you realize that that shit comes right, it fucking unravels immediately, because some of your shit is directly in connection to other people, and so you and in saying that, healing is a continuum, right? This shit is a never-ending journey because there's always shit happening. Um, I think there is a space when you say, okay, I am healed from this, I am healed in this way, and then this shit is still happening, right? So anyway, that is my death being showers going on, brother. Love is a battlefield, indeed it is. That is, I guess, my rant to start the show. But we're gonna get right to it, man. Listen, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. You're tuned into SR Daily, episode 541. It is Wednesday, January 14th, 2025. My mama's birthday is in 3 days. In 3 days, my mama will be 64. January 17th. My mama is big Capricorn energy. I'm excited. My sister's one of my sisters. My sister is coming up. Her and her boyfriend, her man, I believe her daughter, they're coming up to spend some time with my mom. I'm excited to see them. Haven't seen my sister in a while. Maybe about a year. I don't think, right? Other than like video chat. Anyway, my mama's birthday is the 17th. I'm gonna say it again on the next two shows, Thursday and Friday. And you remember my hunger strike. Yeah, you gotta watch the documentary. I posted it on my YouTube. I'm gonna upload it to Instagram probably today. I'll upload it to Instagram and Facebook. But you gotta watch the hunger strike documentary. We dropped it on January 1st, like 10 minutes, 10, 11 minutes, something like that, right? But you got to check it out. Anyway, let's get to the show, guys. The first segment of the day is a word of the day. Today's word is magnetism. Magnetism, magnetism, magnetism is the word of the day. Magnetism is defined as the physical phenomenon of attraction or repulsion between objects caused by the motion of electric charges like electric currents or spinning electrons, creating magnetic fields that exert forces on other magnetic materials or moving charges. It's a fundamental part of electromagnetism seen in everyday magnets attracting iron, ferromagnetism, or the Earth's magnetic field. It also describes, this is the key, right? A personal power of attraction or charm, a quality that makes someone very attractive to other people. Let's read that one more time. Today's word of the day is magnetism. Magnetism is defined as the physical phenomenon of attraction or repulsion, to attract or to repulse, right? To push away between objects caused by the motion of electric charges, right? Like electric currents or spinning electrons created by creating magnetic fields, your force field, that exert forces on other magnetic materials, bringing something to you or pushing it away, right? Or moving charges. It is a fundamental part of electromagnetism seen in everyday magnets attracting iron, which is ferromagnetism, or the Earth's magnetic field. And magnetism also describes a personal power of attraction or charm, a quality that makes someone very attractive to other people or other, right, energetic fields. So my man told me a few years ago, we were having a huge debate at my crib. I was we were talking to, so my man told me to simply be more magnetic, right? And that became a huge debate because one of the things that we were talking about was I wanted to pitch something to Netflix, right? I wanted to get in touch with Netflix, and I was talking about we could get this money from Netflix for this thing. And he was like, "You don't got to chase, you just got to be more magnetic." And I was like, "Yeah, but and right." And obviously we didn't pitch anything to Netflix. And I have been more magnetic. I have absolutely been more magnetic, and I am being more magnetic. And right now, I feel more magnetic than I've ever felt in my life. Right now, in this time, even though there is pain, even though there is hurt, I still feel clearer than I've ever felt. As I mentioned yesterday, posted a few videos yesterday. I feel extremely magnetic. I feel like I am pulling the whole universe. I am pulling my dreams closer to me to the point like they are right here. They are right here. The people I need to work with, the money I need to have, the home I want to live in, right? All of the stuff is like here. It is no separation between it and I. Where I am and where it is. It is here. It is now. So magnetism is key. Be more magnetic. That's all you got to do. Is be more magnetic. Again, it describes the personal power of attraction or charm. You attract things to you, and this was the key, right? It was a magnetic field seen in everyday magnets, right? We talk about money. Money is energy. Love is energy. All of it is energy. It has a magnetic frequency to it. Right? It has a frequency, it has a vibration to it. All you got to do is be. This is the old saying, be the change you want to see in the world. Even if only for selfish reasons. Even if you don't give a fuck about nobody else in the world. You're like, fuck this shit. I hope this shit burns the fuck down. And you really care about yourself. It pays, literally, it pays to be more positive. It pays to be kinder. It pays to be more magnetic, right? Because like you're going to attract the money to you. You're going to attract the resources to you, the people to you. You're going to attract it all to you. It's all going to be attracted to you. Is a fucking quality, right? That makes someone very attractive, not just to other people, but other entities. So attract that which you want. And you only do that by being that which you want to attract. So walk it, talk it, live it, be it. Let's fucking get it. Let's move right along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment is, of course, our need to know news of the day. Need to know news of the day. Backyard tiny homes, New York City is lit. Backyard tiny homes are finally legal in NYC, and this is fucking great because as the world changes, people's idea of housing also changes. Not every single person wants a luxury apartment or a big house, all right? And we're going to read this article. Imagine and daydream, peace and love, what's going on? We're going to read this article in the Business Insider. Backyard tiny homes are finally legal in New York City. They could be a boom for homeowners who can afford construction, right? So it's backyard tiny homes. You can't just build a tiny home on the corner, right? Which we need to get that past. Like tiny homes, like there should be a tiny home community. There should be, just like they have in other cities and other states, they have a trailer park. They have trailer parks. They should have land specifically for people to build tiny homes on, and have a bunch of tiny homes in this community, right? Like tiny home communities. This is dope, right? However, on the other side, if someone has a yard, someone you know with the house, and they have a backyard, you can build a tiny home there, right? This is epic news. Under a sweeping zoning reform, Mayor Eric Adams signed into law late last year. The city made it legal for certain 1 and 2 family homeowners to add an additional home, also known as an ancillary dwelling unit or ADU to their property. On September 30th, 2025, the city finalized its rules for backyard and attic ADUs and began accepting applications from homeowners. Although the government is still working on the rules for basement units, the city estimates that the reform, part of its City of Yes for Housing Opportunity package, will help create about 25,000 new homes in backyard cottages and converted garages, attics, and basements over the next 15 years. But the success of the reform will depend in large part on homeowners navigating high construction costs and regulations. Will Fisher has spent the last year preparing for this. The former city government employee founded a Queens-based firm, Unit 2 development that helps homeowners determine whether their property is eligible for an ADU and connects them with contractors and others who can help them build one. Fisher said he and his team have identified well over 100,000 eligible individual properties, and they've talked with more than 100 of these homeowners who largely live in Queens and Staten Island. The rules of the road are now written, Fisher said. It was a long process, but for the most part, we're off to the races. Most of the people Fisher has talked with are interested in adding an ADU to house a family member, including an aging parent or a relative with disabilities who needs care, or an adult child. Maggie Ornstein is one of those homeowners. Ornstein, 47, lives with her mother in a house in Western Queens that has been home to 5 generations of her family since the 1800s. Incredible. House since the 1800s. Shit is incredible. I love shit like that. She hopes to build an ADU for her mother, who's undergoing treatment for cancer and is having difficulty navigating the stairs in their 2.5-story home. Ornstein, a public health geographer, has consulted with Fisher and determined that she could legally convert her garage into a home. My dream for an ADU on my property will be something that will be accessible, but might also have a second floor where a family member could potentially stay if they wanted to visit, or if I wanted to be with my mom in the ADU. After months of planning and big picture discussions with potential clients, Fisher is starting to nail down the specifics of what his clients could build and what it might cost. Now it's sort of the pivot from the conceptual to here's actually what it will take, and here are the cost implications of that. Dealing with costs and regulations. One inevitable obstacle homeowners face is the steep price of building in the city. Fisher estimates that adding a backyard unit or converting a garage will start between $300,000 and $400,000, depending on the project size. That's compared to the city's median home price of $800,000. The construction cost is out of reach for many homeowners who benefit most from adding an ADU to their property, said Thomas Yu, Executive Director of Asian Americans for Equality, an advocacy organization and affordable housing provider. You said there needs to be a much clearer and more affordable path to adding an ADU before the regulatory reform will unleash construction in lower and middle income neighborhoods. He suggested tax abatements or grants for homeowners with more modest means. Yeah, this is some dope shit. All right, some dope shit. KK LaShant is on Instagram as well. She's on Facebook. She's on IG. She's everywhere. But yo, check that shit out, right? Look it up. If you have a house, if you are a homeowner and you would like to add a tiny home in your backyard, look it up, see what it takes, right? Start the process. If you simply want to build a tiny home, right? Find homeowners who may be interested. Collaboration is key. Collaboration, community is always key. Shit could always happen, right? This is something I've been saying for years, right? I've been advocating for tiny homes. When I first learned about them, probably 10, 12, 13 years ago, right? I think when I was in farm school, I really came into the concept of tiny homes and earth homes and container homes and shit like that. And I thought it was a dope concept. When I did the hunger strike in 2023, I was made more aware of smaller living, right? Of simpler living. Because I slept in a tent for 2 weeks. For 14 days, I slept in a tent. I didn't go home. My home for 14 days was this tent on a corner of Vernon Boulevard and 44th Drive in Long Island City. And I understood, number one, the challenges that people have who live on the street, right? Although I was extremely blessed. I am extremely blessed and fortunate to have my own income and a bunch of friends and family who supported me. I wasn't eating, so I didn't need food, but we had teas and we had, coconut water and regular water and juice. And no, I didn't have juice. It was just coconut water, tea, and it was coconut water, tea, and regular water. That's what I had. And I had weed. I smoked a lot of weed during that time. And friends came all the time, right? Which is not the case for a lot of people. They don't always have people hanging out with them when they're living on the street, right? And but I was made aware of how simple it is to just be in one location all day, right? To not have to quote unquote worry about a job, to not have to worry about going over here or going over there. This is where I'm at. And it was like this small space, like I was very comfortable in that small space. And again, I was made aware of how difficult it is living on the streets. Even though I had, I had fucking mattress in my tent, and I had fucking constant heating pads like hand warmers and foot warmers, and I was very warm, and I had enough clothing, and right, I was solid. A lot of people are not. When it rained, I had a tarp to throw over the fucking tent. Right, when it snowed, you had a tarp to throw over the tent. Somebody bought me a small little heater thing. Right, and again, friends came every day, all day, 2, 3 in the morning, sometimes 6 in the morning. All right, friends came, and that was a beautiful thing. I started to really, really, really understand like the housing crisis and what we need to do in order to ensure that the people who do not want to live in a luxury apartment, the people who do not want to live in a big house, or who can't afford a big house, right? They need to be able to build a tiny home, right? And it needs to not be quote unquote for profit, right? $800,000, $400,000, whatever it is, the tiny home. I think Amazon is selling them for like $20,000. You get a fucking tiny home. Why the fuck does it cost $800,000? I get that. Yeah, whatever the fuck, that's bullshit. It should not cost that much to build a fucking tiny home. One of the fucking reasons for tiny homes is because motherfuckers can't afford, right? One of the reasons is because motherfucker may not be able to afford $1 million fucking home or $500,000 fucking house, right? Like, so we still got a lot of work to do. The work continues, right? Let's move right along to our third segment of the day. Today's third segment, as always, is our tip of the day. Today's tip is very simple. Embrace the pain. It's a tip to you all. It's a tip to myself, a reminder to embrace the pain, to feel it. Don't deny it. Denial makes it last longer. Embracing it allows it to hit and then move on. When you deny that you are in pain, not only are you essentially making the pain last longer, but you are also making it more pronounced, right? Because you are denying it, you are pretending. It's starting to like seep in, and it gets into other areas of your life, and then now like everything's affected. Which if you'd just be like, yo, I'm fucking hurt right now, and this hurts, let me feel this shit, let me take, whether it's a few minutes, right, depending on the situation, a few days, right, whatever it is, feel that shit. When you deny that shit, that's when it seeps into every other fucking area of your life, because it creeps in slowly. Because you're like, oh no, I'm good, I'm great, and it's showing up in addiction, it's showing up in habits, it's showing up in you lashing out to people, right? It's showing up in all of the different ways that anger, sadness, grief is expressed when we don't embrace it, when we don't admit what we are feeling, when we're not honest with ourselves. Because like you can lie to others, but you can't lie to yourself. You could try to lie to yourself. You could try to talk yourself like, I'm not feeling this, but the body knows, right? The body knows. Your lymphatic system feels it, is experiencing it. So embrace the pain, yo. This shit hurts. Last night I was very fucking hurt, right? Some shit hurt me greatly last night. And I'm hurt, and I'm still hurt this morning. And when I finish this show, I'm gonna lay in the fucking bed, right? Some other shit I was gonna do, I'm gonna do it tomorrow afternoon, right? I got some shit to do. But like, yeah, you gotta know yourself, right? I don't trust myself that I'll be able to adequately handle some of the stuff I need to handle today in this space. All right. And this is where grace, you got to give yourself grace, you got to give yourself compassion. This is where the fine line between pushing yourself, right? Really pushing yourself and giving yourself that grace, giving yourself that compassion. This is where that shit comes into play. Because sometimes you need to push yourself. Sometimes you absolutely need to push yourself and get the shit done regardless of how you feel. And sometimes you gotta be in that space. You gotta be in that process. You gotta feel that shit, and you gotta like allow your body to like settle, right? Because a lot of times people think that like it's all in the head, and it's not all in your head. The shit is in your fucking body a lot of times. The pain, the grief, the sadness, the anger, the frustration, the fear is in your body. It's in your body. It's in your body, right? So sometimes you just gotta fucking sit the fuck down, and that's what I'm gonna do. At least for a few hours. I got some other shit to do later that I'm excited to do. Right, work with my young people in meditation, and we're starting a new unit with Echoes of Incarceration, and we're starting a interview unit today. Right, we got some new young people, some returning young people, so I'm excited for that. That's later this afternoon. But this morning, oh shit, the live pause. But this morning, I'm gonna go right back in my bed. Right, we're filming this shit from my room. I'm laying back in my bed. He said, "Light that shit." I'm not smoking right now. I took a 6-month break from weed. Haven't smoked since August. I think September 1st, I think was the last day I smoked some weed. So yeah, I'm not smoking. And I'm great not smoking. I just need to lay down. I don't need to smoke. I don't need to do anything like that. I just need to lay down for a few hours, right? Lay down till about, maybe 11, right? Hour and a half, maybe 11:30, 12. Get up, do my workout. Just got to, leave the house by 3 o'clock to get to the city by 4. So yeah, lay down till about 12. Get up, do my workout, write my goals, um, write my affirmations, do some reading, and I'll be okay. Right. But this morning we laying the fuck down. But let's move right along to our fourth and final segment of the day. Thank you so much for that love, my brother. I appreciate you. Today's fourth segment is the build of the day. In today's build, we are talking about some funny shit. We're gonna laugh, and it's funny, but it's sad. It's a sad fucking matter, man. We're gonna build on Eric Adams, who is showing the thug in him. Eric Adams, former mayor, is showing the fucking thug in him. I don't know if you guys saw the video on Instagram yesterday. He cursed this woman out. I think they were in the airport or they were somewhere walking through a hall. And, she was fucking with him. I think she was saying some shit to him. I don't know how it started. It didn't but he was like, I'm not the fucking mayor no more. It's over for that shit. And he got in her face and was like, don't bring the fucking Brooklyn out of me. Don't bring the fucking Brooklyn out of me. Eric Adams said that shit. Yo, crazy. Eric Adams is a fucking thug. Eric Adams is a fucking thug. He is from Brooklyn. He let it be fucking known. And that's not the worst of it though. Like, that's some fucked up shit. Eric Adams is doing too much cocaine. Yo, death being shy. Eric Adams is doing too much fucking cocaine. Oh my goodness. So anyway, that's not the worst of the shit. The worst of the shit is Eric Adams has a crypto coin. He had a crypto coin, has a crypto coin, and is accused of scamming investors and hijacking the trademark. A self-proclaimed tech entrepreneur told the city he pitched the crypto coin plan to Eric Adams last summer and even had NYC token trademarked back in July, and Eric Adams stole the coin and scam people out of a bunch of fucking money, man. I think however, it was a couple $1,000,000, right? Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. How much did Eric Adams scam from crypto coin? Because he put up, right, 900,000 to 1 million in liquidity was removed and not returned. Yo, a wallet linked to the tokens deployed reports that withdrawn 2.5 million in early proceeds. Yo. Oh shit. Oh shit. It said $3.5 million. $3.5 million was withdrawn from. Yo, this shit is crazy. Everybody's covering it. Washington Post, New York Times, Spectrum News. Everything came out in the last 2 days. Eric Adams is crazy. He put a crypto coin out and he withdrew the money and canceled the coin. Let's read the city. Eric Adams' post-mayoral debut in the world of cryptocurrency ran into a bit of a buzzsaw this week, with his new coin, the NYC token, plunging in value shortly after he announced it as the future of digital currency at a frigid Times Square event. The token opened at 60 cents per share Monday afternoon and almost immediately skydived to 10 cents a share. By Tuesday, it was trading at around 13 cents, and the company running it had removed liquidity from the equation. Sites that cover crypto quickly accused developers of the NYC token of rug pulling, effectively triggering big losses for those investors who jumped in at the start. Meanwhile, self-proclaimed tech entrepreneur Eddie Cullen reached out to the city to say he was shocked about Adams' announcement, claiming that he pitched the idea to the then mayor last summer and even trademarked it named NYC token. Yo, Eric Adams is a thug. Eric Adams is a fucking thug. He really is. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Spectrum News. Let's see what Spectrum got to say about this shit. Listen, man, you can do your research. This shit is crazy. Eric Adams is a madman. Eric Adams is a fucking madman. Woo! Yeah. This is crazy. This is wild shit. But as the saying goes, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. A lot of us been saying Eric Adams is a crook. All right. A lot of us been saying he's not really good, right, at all. And I don't know why people will fucking invest in this coin, right? But there's a bunch of people in the world who do a bunch of different things that I don't understand, and I do some shit I'm sure that they don't understand, and it ain't all about understanding each other. People are living their fucking life and doing what the fuck they want to do and believing in what they believe in. And it ain't my job to change their minds or their hearts. But listen, man, that's the show. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Denny Miles, peace and love. Papa Gonzuga, peace and love. Baba Gonzuga, what's going on? Peace and love. We can make Eric Adams block party, invite him and roast his ass for 2 hours. That's mad funny. But yo, listen, man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to lay down. I'm going to integrate these feelings, right? I'm going to process. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your boy, your host, Sean Sugar Marston. This is episode 541 of SRDaily. Please do join me right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. SRDaily is where personality meets enlightenment. Remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up! The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Peace and love.